And good afternoon, and welcome to Straight Talk. This is your Drive at Five show, and this is your host, Catherine Tyson. And welcome, welcome, welcome to the show today. I'm so happy that you joined us. It is Thursday Success 101, and of course, we generally catch up with a young Caymanian who is successful, is making kind of inroads in their lives and just setting the pace and just doing the thing out there. And we were so very proud of them that we wanted to highlight them, and that's what we normally do on Thursdays. So we call it Thursday Success 101 because it's an absolutely necessary thing for us to celebrate these wonderful young people, but also to recognize that they're out there. However, today we're going to take just a little shift, and not too far, because we're actually going to be covering the proud of them honorees. So that just falls right into place. So these are young people that are movers and shakers in the community, on different levels and in different arenas. But we're still going to be covering them today because they will be the ones to look out for those success stories in the future, having done it already from such a young enough age, as well as some of them that are finished university and everything else. So today we'll be talking to the Youth Services Unit Youth Empowerment Officer Victor Crumbly. Want to say good afternoon to Victor, and thank you so much for joining me this afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely, just grateful to have you guys. Happy to have you guys. Yesterday was Wellness Wednesday. I was in the studio by myself, so I always love when someone else is here to talk to me, so that I'm not just doing all the talking. So awesome to have you, as well as you were joined by Mr. Jelani Hansen.
Good afternoon.
I know your name because you were on the show before,
Yes, ma'am.
actually, representing your poetry
Yes,
and
ma'am.
winning the poetry slam, right? So, good afternoon and hello, hello, hello,
Good
Jelani.
afternoon. Thank you for having
Very, very happy that you could stop in. So, Jelani, you just keep popping up all
me.
over the place. This is awesome. Just keep popping up, right? Victor, let's talk a little bit about this whole Proud of Them initiative, and then we will bring Jelani in the conversation. We're also waiting for another young person, and when they come on, we'll introduce them. But tell us a little bit, maybe some background stuff about Proud of Them initiative.
Okay, well, the Proud of Them initiative, I guess, officially launched around 2013. So there's just over 100 or so alumni members who've now graced the billboards over a period of time. And when it first initially started, it was for 6 months. So we would do it every 6 months, and we would highlight young people who have made strides in various aspects of the community. So, talk about academics, the careers, arts and culture, community service. And it was just a good way to recognize and acknowledge young people who were doing positive things, and also to motivate others. And over the years, we tried to just, make some tweaks and changes. And as of most recently, the minister for youth decided, we needed to sort of up the ante a little bit. And we moved to a once a year now. So we give them a little bit more of a longer period of time to get their shine as they deserve, so to speak. And we've elevated it now to a gala. So there's now a gala where we bring the young people, we bring their parents and their supporters together, just to kind of give them that recognition that they deserve. There's also our website, which is youthservices.ky, where you can go on, you can watch the videos, you can learn more about the particular person. And again, like I said, the Proud of Them initiative is not just you know, it's just a giant billboard. It's much more than that. As you may have heard, some of the kids, they will, hey, I want to be on that one day. So we have people who are aspiring to do that. We have people who are, just motivated and impressed by seeing good news come from our young people versus, some more of the stereotypical stuff, which the negative stuff and what have you. So it's just good to acknowledge them, motivate them, recognize them, and to hopefully inspire other young people as well. But one thing that always sort of gets lost in this, and it's obviously it's for the young people and it's their moment. But looking at Jelani, for example, one thing I've always noticed about him over the years is that his parental involvement has been there. So this is also sort of a proud of them moment for parents as well and the stakeholders who have such integral parts of their lives.
Absolutely. We spoke with James Miles with Jamo, who is the acting head for the Youth Services Unit. We spoke with him on Tuesday, and he brought along two other young people that are proud of them honorees, Kia Berry and Christina Powell. And that's exactly what I said, because I'm a parent. You're a parent as well, and so exactly that. I said this is absolutely very much indicating of the commitment that the parents really had, especially in the two young ladies that were in the studio. That the drop-offs and the pickups and all the stuff that it's not fun. Checking on that homework, making sure that you're where you're supposed to be. It's not easy work, right? But it's what parents should do. So the results are things like this, and of course every person who's not on those billboards, because everybody can't end up on the billboard, they also their lives are representative of these honors. Yeah, because seeing you up there and you are one of their friends or somebody that they know from the community, they can not only be proud of you, but they're proud of themselves as well. So it's really a community thing when we pass and we see these young people and we know their parents or we know their family, and it really is a proud of them moment for all of us.
Yeah, we think of it as just sort of motivation for young people, but it also keeps our youth workers, our volunteers, our teachers, our coaches. It keeps them motivated as well to keep going and keep pushing. Whether it's a car load full of kids and I'm dropping them home after the program,
Right.
or what have you, I'm going out of pocket to spend that extra couple dollars. This is that reminder, like, okay, it's going to come back. I'm helping to craft and carve a productive citizen of our country.
Absolutely.
So hopefully, it's like I said, it's that motivation for the stakeholders as well.
Of course, yeah, and you and I'm sure, like myself, we can think about the people in our community who did that for us.
Oh, for
The
sure,
people
for sure.
who were invested in our lives, who might not have necessarily been our parents or even family, but just people in the community that saw something in us. And even if we were cutting up, not behaving, they were like, "Come on, you can do better than that," and somehow inspired us and pulled us along. So the rewards are there, the results are there. So even if you don't get it back from that person, it does come back,
It's
and
going to
it's
come out full
paying it
circle.
forward.
It's going to come out full circle. I think somewhere along the lines of like maybe the last 20 years or so, 20, 30 years, there was this mantra of being independent, doing it yourself, being a self-made millionaire, self-made this, self-made that, and it's just false.
What
But to
is
see
that?
so many people take that on, you set yourself up for failure. And I didn't learn that until I went to college, where I had to rely on my teachers. I had to rely on a study partner, for example, for notes or whatever it was. And then you sort of look back at your life and you say, wait a minute, my uncle took me here one time. This impacted me in this way.
That's right.
This teacher stayed with me after school and did this, and this impacted me this way.
That's
And you
right.
sort of realize and see the web of, wait a minute, there've been a lot of hands and eyes watching me, guiding me over the years, helping to mold me. And that's probably something that we need to get back to. That whole takes a village to raise a kid kind of thing. So,
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah, and I believe that. And this is a village kind of coming from a village standpoint. I think this is where you're gathering them up. The elders are gathering up the young people, giving them an opportunity, giving all of the people in the village to nominate these young people. And so, Jamo and I, we talked about the nomination process, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. But this is really the initiative. Proud of them is recognizing the positive achievements of the Cayman's youth. And as you mentioned, it's from the Ministry of Education, Youth, Sports, Agriculture, and Lands. And it's just publicly recognizing the achievements of these young people of the Cayman Islands in the various areas. And so some of the areas or tell us, it's 6 areas. Tell us those areas.
all right. So there's 6 areas. We look at academics, business, sometimes I guess known as careers, community service, culture, and sports. So we're looking at 5.
Okay. All right, and so those are the areas that they're being kind of honored and awarded in, right? So academics, career, and business. I think they separated that. Sports, culture, and community service,
Yeah,
right?
and then also too, some people will be nominated for more than one. So you'll have some interlapping sometimes.
Okay. All right, and so Jelani Hansen was is one of the honorees that's just been awarded this honor January, what was it, January 8th or something, at the gala at the Ritz Carlton. How did you feel, Jelani, when you heard that you were a proud of them honoree?
It's it's like I said in the video that they play. It's like I've seen the billboards, and it's always been like a passing thought, like, hey, what if I was up there? Haha, right? But now that I'm there, it almost feels like unbelievable. Like I'm still processing it. I'm really happy. I'm really grateful that I'm up there, but I can't believe it. It's so surreal. That's the
Really?
word. Yeah.
Yeah. So where is your billboard?
It is across from Jake Scott's. On the other side, there's Leah Robinson. If you come towards the Department of Education,
Okay.
towards the roundabout, you'll see my face.
Okay. Because I'm trying to figure out
Yeah. If
where
you
it
come
is.
from the four-way down to the roundabout, you'll see me.
Okay, so you're somewhere in the Jake Scott area then, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm going to be looking out for that because I have not seen that one.
Yeah.
It's
No.
right after the tire shop.
Oh,
So yeah,
okay.
you're heading towards Department of Education.
Oh, so it's
Depot,
the
that
other.
area.
Oh, so it's the two are together then. So
Hmm.
you see,
Back to back.
okay. Well,
So
I've seen that one
mhm.
of the young lady you just mentioned. What's her name again?
Leah Robinson.
Leah Robinson. I've seen Leah Robinson all the time, and I pass, but apparently I'm not coming back. I'm going another way, so I got to come back to see
Mhm.
you, Jelani. Okay. So, and you also knew about, and so what is the area you said?
I was nominated in academics and community service.
Okay. So, what were the academic kind of? What are your academic notables to talk about?
Well, I've passed 8 subjects so far.
Okay. What grade are you in then?
I'm in year 11.
Year 11.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Eight
Eight
subjects.
And let's
subjects.
just what's your age?
14.
14. Okay,
Yes.
at 14, I had nowhere near 8
Well,
classes. Okay.
At
um,
14, I was confused. I don't know where I was going. I don't know if I was going or coming. I think I was coming from Boston, coming to Cayman, getting ready to start what they call John Gray now, and totally a mess. And you here, 14 with 8 passes.
wow.
All right. And
And
getting ready to set some more.
yes, 6 more.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness. All right. So that's it. And also, so that would have to do with that achievement as well
Mhm.
as your grades overall in school
Correct. Yeah.
and your head boy.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so your head boy, a prefect over at John Gray High School.
Yes.
Yes. What are your plans in the future? Before you say that, in the community service, what else? What were you doing with that?
For community service, I've been involved in a lot of projects with the service groups that I'm a part of, including the Junior Optimist Club and the Leo's Club.
Okay.
So we do a lot of service around the community.
Wow. Okay. All right. So yeah, and that's a lot to juggle, right?
Yes,
Victor
ma'am.
Rich is talking about what we were doing at 14. You're juggling not only academics and not like I mean at this level academics, but also, these service clubs and stuff. Like, wow, how do you find time? And then you win a poetry slam. How you got time to write poems? What's happening?
uh, um,
I mean, congratulations.
Thank you. How do I have time? I mean, I mean,
It's a great question because
it's
I'm
a
I'm
great
I'm
question.
reading the accomplishments as well, and I'm like, wait a minute, he obviously doesn't watch Netflix.
I do. That's
He's
the
not he's
funny
not
thing.
playing Fortnite. He's not on the
No,
phone.
I mean,
He's
Well,
doing all that
all
stuff.
right, at least I need to know so I
you.
can help
Figure out
inspire
how to
others.
balance your
I
life out
mean,
too.
I like to get some alone time
Okay.
over the weekend. So work has to be done, yeah, but I like to also have some fun. So
Okay.
balance it.
Good. That's very good. Very good balance. Balancing at such a level. You need to be speaking to young people. At some point, you need to be like just going around speaking to young people, inspiring them, because I think a lot of times young people think, oh, we can't do that. We can't do that and have an actual life.
That would
You
be
know?
that'd be great actually.
Yeah, I think so. What are your future plans for your life? Like with, obviously you're gonna have what about 14 passes in a minute. So what are you gonna, what are you planning to do?
I mean, I want to become a software designer
Okay.
or something in the general IT field. But software designer is what I've settled for right now.
Okay.
So that'd be a lot of coding and programming and that stuff. I'm really into that
Yeah.
nerdy type of thing. So
Yeah.
that's
So
a lot of
so
it is it's still a work in progress.
okay. So do you
But
know like you've started thinking about university where you want to go?
I
What?
mean, no,
Not yet.
not really. I mean, I've had my eye on a couple schools, particularly MIT, but nothing much really.
Okay. So you'll be graduating in June? No.
No,
So you're going to do that extra year, right?
year
Okay,
12.
which is great. Thank goodness. I don't want you on the street at 14. My goodness, stay in school for a second. And so then next year you think you'll end up at UCC. Are you going to do that? Or are you going to prep or one of those?
um, I will
Don't
see.
know.
I mean, we're thinking about prep or St. Ignatius right now, but
Okay.
we'll see.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, you know what? That's good, and I'm sure that's a conversation with your parents
Yes.
as well. Okay. So I'm gonna go on the website and I'm gonna read some stuff about Jelani, just because he's sounding like he ain't really trying to say much,
I
but
mean,
there's a lot to say. So Jelani, John Gray High School head boy Jelani Hansen manages to balance his many school and community activities to which he's committed while still excelling in his academics. He is academically ahead for 14. Jelani already has 8 CSEX subjects, grade ones, and one of them is a two.
yes.
Wow. And has been an enthusiastic participant in a number of competitions, including the National Spelling Bee, Conyers Debating Tournament, the John Gray High School Reading Challenge, the NCFA, Rotary Club Short Story Competition, and many others. And he's been an avid member of the Junior Optimist Club of John Gray High School. And you're the treasurer of that club, member
Yes.
of the Alex Panton Foundation, a big brother, big sister, peer mentor, executive producer for the Savannah United Church leadership team, also the president of Leo. I can just stop right
Uh,
now. This is just
past
getting
president.
it's getting ridiculous now. 2018 to 2020, ridiculous in an amazing way.
Thank
Okay,
you. Thank you.
and having served as a very vibrant member of the Alpha Leo Club of John Gray High School, pupil leadership team representative, liaising with pupils and teachers to address concerns, and was the president of the John Gray High School debating club,
Yes.
and you're a musician. You're in the
And
church choir.
and he still has time to watch Netflix. So I think
Yes.
this is a great example of you can do it all.
Listen,
Yes.
for any at this point, any person listening, and that is an older person, not just a young person, they should be inspired that if you are literally just going home to, make some rice and chicken and sit down and watch TV, you can do a lot more. Right. So thank you for inspiring us, because I'm thinking about what
Yeah.
am I going to watch on Netflix later. Now I'm like, which
I mean, I
community
think about
group
that
can I
too.
join?
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
think
leave to go
about
join
that
the
too.
group, join the club.
Or something. I can't even get to the gym. Like, are you kidding me? Like, and it's saying you're a great example of a young person. You exude the Christian principle. You're an excellent peer mentor and respected by adults, youngsters, and it's crazy. Congratulations,
Thank you so
congratulations,
much.
listeners. You can go on the Youth Services .ky website. Go and check out the Proud of Them honorees. It's an icon on the side. You check that out, and then there's a little thing in the middle. You can click on the honorees, and you can see their videos. Jelani has his video up, so you're able to go and see uh, Jelani's video there. I mean, this is really awesome. It's really awesome, and you deserve this. You deserve this
Thank you.
this honor that you passed, and you thought, could I be one of those? Yes, Jelani, you absolutely could be one of those, and you are one of those. So we're
Thank you.
very, very
Thank you.
proud of
Thank
you.
you.
No, absolutely. And I didn't even know all of that when I had you on the show, just with your poetry, and that was really incredible, and we loved it. But yeah, these are the examples, and I think Victor, this is what you all have been doing for a long time. Who are some of your past honorees?
Oh man, you're gonna make me go on the list.
Well, just I mean, not everybody. You can just off the top of your head. I had Lloyd Barker in here last week for the Success 101, and he was a Proud of Them honoree. I remember that, and he definitely is a very amazing young man, high achieving, doing very well in his career as a lawyer right now. So yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, we have quite a few. Like I said, over the years, year, the junior who's over at the Kingdom Museum. He's a stellar representative of this community in Northside. You mentioned Lloyd Barker. You have Mr. Joel Burke, who was nominated once for academics. He's he's in government as well. I mean, listen, the list. We have Miss Latoya Francis. Some of these names will obviously sound familiar to people, um, from Miss Lonnie Barrett to Miss Caitlin Bush. She's an educator now at John Gray High School. Um, we have Janasi Swaby, Anya Belafonte. It's quite a long list.
Yeah.
And then also you'll notice it comes from the same vein of some of these names. You'll know the last names. You talk about Ebanks, Tibbetts, um, just the Bushes. It's just you can see the family lineage just throughout the program.
Right.
And of course on the website youthservices.ky, all the past recipients are named there as well. So for the more recent years, you can see a video and a photo of the person, um, but at least we have at least over 130 names are there. And also too on the website, you can go to Facebook. Facebook, K9 Youth Services Unit, and Instagram, which is at K9 Youth. You always gotta get the plugs
Quick
in.
plug, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you gotta get the plugs in.
Right. So you can go and find them on there, in other words. Okay. So I think when we come back, we'll chat a little bit more about the actual honoree so we can give everybody just a little, little shout out. That those are the posters that you will be passing and seeing. And so Jelani's poster is actually near where L&T Tires is. Right.
Correct.
Now I'm thinking it's across from Jake Scott around that stoplight there.
Yes.
Yes. And yeah, so going towards the education, towards the Butterfield, it's not the Butterfield roundabout, it's the Cayman National roundabout.
Yeah.
The Butterfield Bank is on the side. I'm giving both banks some credit here. The Cayman National roundabout, and that's where you will see Jelani. But definitely go on to the website and check it out because you have lots of great information on there. I love it. There are photos on there. There's their story on there, and just really being proud of them. And when we come back, we will talk also about the way that kind of the nomination process and criteria and stuff like that. So how the community can get involved because, like I was telling Jamo on Tuesday, I pass and I see these posters all the time. I had no idea how is it happening.
Yeah.
So apparently anyone can be involved. Anyone can nominate, and so that's where they can also go on the Youth Services Unit website and be a part of that as well. And so now we'll have a year of seeing these amazing young people being showcased, but within the next, I guess, coming closer to the end of the year, we're able to start nominating. So start thinking about who you think are kind of young people to look out for, right? So that's definitely something that we all want to really, really definitely get involved with and understand that, yeah, listen, these are our young people. We need to have them prepared, and we need to know that our country's in good hands. I always say that. Let's make sure our country is in good hands. And how do we do that? By identifying, finding our young people, identifying them, and really just working with y'all, just walking alongside you, being inspired by you. Yesterday, Christina Powell, on Tuesday, Christina Powell, one of the honorees, said if she could give advice to young people, it would be to dream bigger. I love that, right? So we normally think dream big. She says dream bigger, dream bigger. So it's bigger than you can ever imagine, like bigger than you thought. Like you thought that it's something that you could never achieve, like just dream bigger. And I think for us people, that we're older, we've been doing it. We know that money is never going to be an option. Like, don't worry about money. Like, money is never going to be an obstacle. So a lot of times people think, oh well, I don't have money to go to college, or I don't have money to do that. Like that's the last part of it. The first part of it is if you want it, that's already you're ahead of the game, right? And so to start thinking about what is it that you want, why you want it, and what do I need to do? So what do I need to do? What's next? What do I need to do to get it? Who do I need to talk to? Do I know someone? Do my parents know someone? Do people, my teachers know someone, right? And that's what's important. So I want to read this thing from Iyanla Van Zant in her Faith in the Valley book. Dreaming can be frightening. When you dream, all things are possible. I like to dream, but it can be frightening to imagine that you can have anything that you want, everything that you want. It's mind blowing to imagine that there is a place where all your needs are met, where all of your wishes can come true, that you can live the type of life you've dreamed of without struggle or effort. Can you imagine doing all of the things you love to do, being paid for doing those things, feeling good about what you're doing and yourself? Is that frightening to you? It's frightening to me, it's frightening to all of us, but that's probably why it's not happening. If you're afraid to dream, then it won't happen. You can't be afraid to dream. No dream is too big or too good to come true. Not
I
true?
love that. Love
It's true, huh?
that. It is true.
Yeah, like dreaming is allowed. Like it's for all of us.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, just start to think about it. And so I imagine things like this when you're passing and you're looking at that poster, you're thinking, how did he get up there? How'd she get up there? How could I get up there?
Really?
So, yeah. So, did you know people were going to nominate you for this?
No, no.
Wow.
I think I got like a blank email that was just like nomination received, and I was like, "What's this for?" And then a couple months later, my parents were like, "Hey, check this out," and boom, there it was.
Wow. Wow. That's nice. And I know Jamo also said there was more than one, like one nomination for each person. Like each person might have received more than one
Yeah, for
picture.
sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So it's open to the public to nominate. You usually have a period. I think this year it'll be around August and September. But yeah, you'll see it. Um, you'll see the name coming constantly. And you're like, wait a minute, okay, we really have to look at this person.
Okay.
Of course, it's all graded on the matrix, and there's different judges, and everybody hits their scores. But yeah, having multiple nominations, you see it all the time. You see it all the time.
Yeah.
And for someone like Mr. Hansen too, we knew that was going to come.
Yeah.
Um,
So you had
so
a couple. You had a couple of nominations for him.
yeah, I mean, people get excited about it once they obviously hear word that nominations are open. There's always a lot of clutter and a lot of things going on, so people may forget. But you may have a parent who nominates, you may have a teacher who nominates, and what we've been seeing as well, we've been seeing young people nominate their peers.
Nice.
So that's really good as well.
Very nice.
You
Very
know,
nice.
this is my friend. I think that he's really good. He's different from us. He's really excelling, or
Yeah.
she's really excelling.
Yeah.
I'm going to nominate, and the process
Yeah.
is very simple, straightforward.
Okay.
There's a form on the website, so you
All right.
listen out for when nominations are open, and you fill out the form and you send supporting documents.
Okay.
So if you say this person is stellar at academics, you might want to just copy in the person's grades, for example, their reports on their exams, or any newspaper clippings or any other type of press PR things that they're involved with during community service. You want to submit photos of them doing actual community service work,
All
but
right.
it's not a really stressful and tedious
Oh,
process.
good. That's good. And it sounds pretty easy. We will chat a little bit more about that when we come back. Thank you all so much for joining in this afternoon. This is your Straight Talk Drive 5 show, and you're listening to the Proud of Them company. I would say the Proud of Them honorees from the Youth Services Unit, and it's from the Ministry of Education, Youth, Sports, Agriculture, and Land. And you're listening to Victor Crumbly, who is the youth empowerment officer, as well as one of the honorees, Mr. Jelani Hansen. We'll be back with more, so please stay tuned. You don't want to miss any of this.
Senor,
I should have some water. Do I bring
I have some
water?
water as well.
Did he come? He didn't come.
He has not.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
No.
not
Okay.
sure if he's coming at all.
Yeah, I started like him. I haven't heard from him, so I don't know if he's stuck in the class or he told someone else that he wasn't making it. Here, everything's okay. You good? Everything's okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it's going good.
How much time is the break?
Just 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Coming right back. You got a minute and a half left,
Oh wow.
maybe. So did he say he was coming?
No. I haven't heard from him.
Okay.
Sorry. I know he's a student who works at the. He's a
to Victor Crumbly, who is the Youth Empowerment Officer, one of the Youth Empowerment Officers over at the Youth Services Unit, as well as one of the honorees, the Proud of Them honorees, Jelani Hansen. Thank you so much for joining us, coming back this afternoon. We are just chatting about those billboards that you see all around the island. And if you're like me, you've been passing and you've been seeing them, and you might have been wondering, how does that happen? How do those young people get up there? Who are some of those young people? And generally, we know the people's people, like, but it's actually a community effort that's been going on since 2013, 2013. So for 7 years, this would be the eighth year, and you can actually get involved. So, Victor, tell us a little bit about, just what is it? What is this Proud of Them initiative, and how can the community get involved?
Well, this is an initiative in collaboration with the Youth Services Unit and the Ministry of Education, Youth, Sports, Agriculture, and Lands. And it's simply to publicly recognize the positive achievements of young people in the Cayman Islands across a various number of fields. All youth are, as defined by our youth policy that we actually have, is between the ages of 10 and 25. So those ages are eligible for nomination. Um, every year we do about 12, but we've actually elevated this year to 14. So we have 14 representatives, and also we're doing two in the BRAC as well. Or sorry, two billboards in the BRAC.
Right.
So for the first time, we have billboards in the BRAC. We usually get about 50 to 70 nominations a year. This year in particular, we had 67. So the 14 should feel really good about being a part of that 67.
Right.
Uh, and then, of course, like I said, on Thursday, the 7th of January, we formally recognized them, and we had a gala in their honor. Each received a nice award, I would say, of $1,000, along with their billboards bearing their image that will stay up for the entire year. And like I said, the idea is just to publicly recognize them, their hard work, congratulate them for their achievements, and to also sort of motivate other young people who may be, uh, wondering why they're getting up so early to go to swimming, or giving up their Saturday morning to do some type of community service. To sort of motivate them and keep them going. And like I said to you also earlier on air, is to really recognize the stakeholders as well who have their hands in all things with these young people, to sort of show them where their hard work has gone and paid off.
All right, and you also win. You win some money, don't you?
I do win some money.
You won some
I
money.
did win some money.
Okay, $1,000.
Yes, ma'am.
So did you spend it yet?
No.
Do you know what you're going to spend it on?
I might not spend it at all. I might put it in the college fund.
Hold on to it. All
Or
right.
maybe we just.
You said you want to go to MIT, so I
Yeah.
think you might want to.
Or we might
Your
get
parents
a
are
little,
gonna. Your parents are gonna figure that out.
or we might get a little bank account and let some interest go
Your
on.
parents are going to figure that out. Spend something on yourself. You deserve it. You deserve it, Jelani. Here's me, a parent, telling you spend some money on yourself. But yeah,
Sure.
so between the ages of 10 to 25 years of age. So young as 10, and as I wouldn't want to say old as 25, but up to the age of 25. If you know somebody in your community that you think, you know what, that person is really incredible, they've been doing some great things, you actually can start looking out and around August time for this nomination period. So keep up with the Youth Services Unit. It's youthservices.ky. Very, very easy to navigate. Just click on that and click on the Proud of Them, so that you can actually have your nomination in play as well. I think that I want to be a part of that. I think that would be great to be able to nominate a young person. You know what I love to, before the break, Victor, you were talking about how a fellow student can nominate one of their classmates that they feel very proud of. I love that. I love that whole solidarity, right? That I might not be, I might not have 8 passes, but I know Jelani, that's my boy. He has 8 passes. Or maybe, I just know him and he's incredible. I'm going to nominate him for that. Like, I love that you're still able to see and recognize someone's, greatness, or someone's achievements, and celebrate them, and want to see them, get an accolade, right? That I think is really, really, it's just a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing when we do that as a community. Wanted to read this another piece from Faith in the Valley, Iyanla Van Zant. Have you ever considered that you may be the only sacred text that somebody reads today? Has it ever dawned on you that you may be the only sermon someone hears this week? What are you showing them? What are you saying to them? What is your life representing? If you want to keep believing that you are small or insignificant, or that what you do doesn't matter, you go right ahead. God knows better. God knows that you have learned a great deal in life, and that what you know can help somebody else. What you do can help somebody else. What you show can help someone else. God knows that it's been rough for you at times, yes, but even when the road is bumpy, you always get where you're going. You always keep it moving. God knows that you've been hurt, but you've healed, that you've been afraid, but you moved through it, that there have been times that you were scared out of your wits, but you're so tough, so powerful, so brilliant, so amazing. You did not let that stop you. More than that, God knows people are always listening to what you say and seeing what you do, and you're able to inspire, speaks to other people through you. So imagine if you are that only sermon that they will see this week. What will you show them? I love that.
I do
I
too.
love that, right? Because we're literally walking, we're a walking sermon, we're a walking representation of something, right? And I think sometimes when we don't realize that responsibility that we have to others, because that's really what it is. So if the only I guess the only sermon, but the only inspiration that someone will get is passing those proud of them boards. Wow. Was not something. Yeah. So, yeah. So, in case you weren't, you didn't have enough
I was
pressure on
gonna
your
say, yeah.
shoulders,
Wow.
just stop thinking you're not a walking sermon, because you are, for sure. So, just want to give, go ahead,
I
Victor.
was gonna ask him. I'm in high school right now. So, what has been, I guess, some of the feedback that you've gotten since people have now seen your face on the billboards?
I mean, I've had teachers stop me in the hallway and be like, "Oh, I saw you on the billboard. Congratulations!" And other people who haven't seen the billboard will be like, "Hey, where is your billboard?" The funniest occurrence I think I've ever had with somebody like that is, I was like dancing out of a room sometime at that time, and somebody was like, "Oh, that's not on the billboard," and continued to walk past me without saying anything
Yeah,
afterwards.
yeah.
So, I mean, it's been a lot, and it's
Were you dancing good though? Like,
probably not.
You,
Probably not. I was gonna do a two-step backwards.
don't embarrass the guy on the billboard. All
But they're
right.
like, yeah, I know that guy, I think.
They probably wouldn't have said anything if I didn't turn around.
Okay. Did you
but,
have
but it's a good reminder that people are watching. People are aware. People know.
always,
Yeah.
always, and it's good that Canadian people are actually saying something, because I remember people would always like I have like when I had my show on TV, and I'd have like all the Jamaican people, because they watch a lot of local TV, especially in Jamaica. They're very very patriotic like that. And so they always knew me. Oh, Miss Kath, Miss Kath. And the Caymanian people wouldn't say anything. They'd look and they wouldn't say anything. And then if a Jamaican person was saying something to me, they would say, yeah, I've seen it too. I'd be like, oh, hey, that's nice. So I like to hear when Caymanians are actually saying stuff to you, like, congratulations, you're doing great. Because a lot of times we see it, but our culture is like, okay, we're gonna talk to someone else about it,
Yeah,
but
for
we're
sure.
not gonna tell you that. And come on, you gotta tell each other. You have to big us up. You have to big yourselves up, big each other up, hold us up, right? Everybody needs to hold each other up in this country. Like, that is
Yeah,
something that we
I
can
appreciate you
do
saying that,
better.
because when you were talking about the students nominating their peers,
Yeah,
that's something that struck out to me. Was like, at least we're now talking about it and doing something about it, versus, yeah, that's that boy that got all the passes, and
right.
keeping it moving. We have to
Exactly.
move to, let's acknowledge it. Let's call a spade a spade. Like I said, I can't do it, but he can. That's great. I want to
Right.
continue to push him or push her, and let them do their thing,
Right.
versus us kind of just, yeah, we know about that,
Yeah.
but that's where it stops.
Right. Well,
So
we're good
now,
to talk about negative things, so
sure,
we need to be as good talking about positive things.
for sure, for
Yes,
sure.
absolutely.
I'm
And
gonna probably get in trouble with James in the office, but if you have a young person that you would like to perhaps nominate and stuff, and I know August is a long time from now. Given COVID last year, you had no idea what would happen during those months. I'm gonna say go ahead and go on the website and start to perhaps send in the nomination from now.
Start talking about them now.
Start talking about it from now.
Put it through, yeah.
So at least be on our radar. We look out for it, and we'll also come back in a couple months and do some follow up.
Okay, so you guys do that. So that's good to know that when the nominations come in, that you actually get it, and then you do the follow up. You do, right? Is that how that works?
Yeah. So sometimes applications are incomplete, or we'd like to see more documentation on their achievements and whatnot. So we'll follow up and we'll say, hey, can you send us some more? Or can you help us with this?
That's good.
Yeah. So
it's good to know, definitely. So we have a comment on Facebook. Let's see, from Quincy Brown. He says to please say congratulations to the young Caymanian filmmaker on the release of his thought-provoking film Escape. Sorry, and that's Johannan Eugene, and he has done a thought-provoking film, Escape. So that's another young Caymanian that has done something that we can be proud of. And he says this is to all of us. I'm sure to you, Jelani. Dr. Ben Carson says, think big. Think big. Congratulations to all Proud of Them nominees and finalists. Did you know that about this book Dr. Ben Carson wrote, Think Big? That's a good one also.
No,
I think there's also a movie. They've made it into a movie, Ben Carson. Yeah, check it out. Gifted Hands, I think it's called.
Oh, yeah, I read Gifted Hands.
I read the book also, but they've made it into a movie. For the young people.
Oh, you do what? Okay, he does.
He knows his name.
What did he say? Yeah. Cuba Gooding Jr. actually plays him in the movie. Yes. Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
You just mentioned Quincy Brown, and that reminds me of Cayman Pratt. So James and the whole team of the ministry are over there for tomorrow. They're doing an unveiling of the boards. So if you're in Cayman Pratt or you want to tell someone, through the chat groups and whatnot, they'll be unveiling the boards tomorrow.
Go support it. Yeah.
Cayman Pratt will be featuring, obviously, Cayman Pratt. So.
Okay. All right. So I just wanted to do a little shout out for all of the Maries. So Kia Berry, who was here with us on Tuesday, she is a Proud of Them honoree in academics and sports. Alejandro Bodin, who is a Proud of Them honoree for academics, culture, and community service. Chadine Brooks, who is a Proud of Them honoree for academics and community service as well. Christian Ferguson, who's academics, sports, and community service. Jelani Hansen, who we have in the studio with us, who is academics and community service. Jared Miles, who is a Proud of Them honoree for community service. Joshua Ogaro, who's a Proud of Them honoree for sports. And Joshua is doing big things over there in the United States with his college basketball. So, as Jamu said, on his way to the NBA. Yeah. So that's somebody to watch out for you. Mariah Praise Padua for community service. Kianda Parchment for business. Christina Powell, who was in the studio with us on Tuesday for academics. Cassidy Davis Quintero for culture. And Joelyn Scott for academics, and Leah Robinson for academics and community service, and Danielle Seals for academics, culture, and community service. These are all your Proud of Them honorees this time around for this year, and they will be up on those billboards. So exciting stuff. What happens to the poster after? Do they get the poster? What do you do with the poster? What do you do?
I mean,
no, I got to ask Victor. What do they do?
I was going to see if he was going to have an answer for you.
He looked like he was ready.
Can I get the poster? Can I get the billboard?
Yeah, I might know a guy.
Yeah.
Okay. They're pretty big though, so where are you going to put it?
In the backyard.
You go find
in my bedroom on the ceiling.
Yeah.
His parents are going to be like, all right, you can have this up for 1 month. And then...
Yeah, they come down a little dirty though, so we have to take care of it. Yeah.
But you've taken some photos of it though.
Yes, I have.
Yes, you've taken photos standing next to it?
Yes.
What have you done with that? With the put them up on Facebook?
I don't have Facebook.
You don't. That's why you have 8 passes and 6.
Wow.
Six more.
Put it on my WhatsApp status.
Okay. Oh, you do have WhatsApp, right?
Wow. Yes, I do have.
You're allowed to be on the phone.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. All right. Good. So, what are some of the things that you do then? What's coming up this weekend? What will you be doing this weekend?
This weekend? Well, tomorrow I've got some more community service.
Like what?
Uh,
What are you doing?
oh, I'm at the protocol office. I just came from there actually.
Okay.
Helping out with some Heroes Day preparation. I don't think I have anything doing this weekend, but I've got some Leo's projects coming up in this month, February, March, and Optimist stuff coming up very soon.
Okay. Any fun things happening this
Oh,
week?
yeah, a lot of fun. I mean,
Like, yeah.
I'm probably gonna spend most of it watching anime in my room alone. But that's
Okay. What
that's
anime are you
That's fun
watching?
what
too. It's
anime am I
good.
watching?
Yeah.
I am currently watching Jujutsu Kaisen, which
Okay.
is really good, and I recommend it to everybody.
Boom.
All
Good plug.
right.
Okay.
Okay. Good. And that is that one season?
It's still being uploaded, so
Oh.
it's 14 episodes in. You can watch it on Crunchyroll or pirate it if you do that.
Oh. Hey, let me ask you real
Didn't
quick
hear that.
while you're here though. In terms of your time management, how do you? Wow, you say you have 1,000 projects to do: schoolwork, exams, studying, Netflix.
I am.
What are some of the tools you use, or do you just rely on? Is it just ingrained in you, or your parents?
It's not ingrained in me.
It's not ingrained in you.
No, I like to use this program called My Study Life.
My study life.
Yes, and it can sync from your computer to your phone to your tablet, all that stuff, and you can create a schedule for yourself.
I'm taking notes, man.
I use the basic calendar app and the
Okay.
Google Calendar app. So Google Calendar when it's synced and I need to do something at school. iPhone Calendar when it's just like something, like uh, youth parliament. And I have my phone. I'll just remember to go over there. Other times it's sent in like a group chat and I don't forget it. Like somebody will be like, "Hey, remember that we have this project coming up on 10th of X month?" And I'll be like, "Huh, I feel like I have something to do on the 10th." And then I'll remember, "Oh, it's this project," and then we go to do the project. But that's about it. And my parents are always there as well, oftentimes reminding me like, "Don't you have this?" And I'll be like, "No," or "Yes," and very grateful for that. But those are the three main things I use.
Okay, I got it. My study life and Google Calendar.
Yeah.
And parents.
Yes.
Do you get tired?
What?
Yeah, how do you no?
Do I get
How do you stay
tired?
motivated?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Victor, go ahead and get all your information
Um,
that you need.
I'm learning. I'm learning.
How do I stay motivated? One of the things I like to do is
He's
think
too
about
busy to not be motivated.
the thing that keeps me motivated is thinking about like the long run.
Long
Oh,
term
wow.
goals. Yeah.
Yeah. So I try to think about like, okay, because I remember when I was younger, I used to think about I don't want to do this thing because it's not benefiting me now.
Right.
But then those same things that you didn't do when you were 7 come back to bite you in the butt when you're 14.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm trying not to have anything haunt me when I'm older and try to do the best that I can right now because there's a whole lot more to come in the future.
Right.
So I like to throw myself at any opportunity I can. I like to also have fun because that's necessary for
For sure.
being a
Right.
regular person.
Right. Right.
For sure.
I have to thank my mother for alerting me of a lot of opportunities. Some I find out through school or through a teacher, but my mother is on Facebook,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
She's
she'll be
seeing
like,
all of it.
"Hey, there's a contest that's going on. Would you like to enter?" And the
Oh,
parent
good.
clubs of the club that I'm a part of, because they're all like the junior version, because I have like key one and key lions and Leo Optimist and Junior Optimist.
Right.
The parent organizations often have competitions
Right.
themselves, and I
Right. Yeah.
participate in them because I'm a part of that club. That's
Yeah.
how I find out.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, parents of young people that are doing great things are literally like your manager. They're managing it
That's
all,
one way to
right?
look at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. Yeah, definitely because they're aware of what you're doing
Mhm.
because they're involved. They have to drop you off. They have to know how you're going to get there. They have to know what are the details. What are the things we have to prepare? What do we have to get you
Mhm.
for it? Because you might need a uniform. You might need this. You're a kid, right? So
Okay. Yes.
exactly. And now you're growing up and you're kind of enjoying the rewards of all that. So now you can see like down the road what's going to happen. I mean, that's just incredible, and I really really am very very proud of them. Of course, the cliche, yeah, it's a proud of them poster, but I'm proud of you. You guys are really
Yes.
doing great things, and that's awesome. And it's so good that you give your parents that credit and you do
Thank you.
talk
Yeah.
about them because I think that's the least,
I
right?
really appreciate my parents. Like,
Yeah.
if it wasn't for them, I don't know where I'd be right now.
Yeah.
It's a lot of my success. I have to thank them for contributing to it. A lot of like the passes I have to dedicate to like hours and hours and hours of like studying because I like to study in a group and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I have to thank my mom for a lot of the work she does. I have to thank my dad for all the advice he gives, that sort of
And
stuff.
he drops you off. He's always
He always
dropping you off
dropping
and
me
picking
off.
you up. So,
Correct.
Your personal driver.
My
yeah.
chauffeur, if you will.
Yeah. So, wow. Yeah. Do you have
Yeah.
siblings?
I have a brother. His name is Jadon.
How old is he?
He is 13.
Oh my,
You have set a stage for this guy. He's probably
Yeah.
like, stop it, Jelani,
I
stop
hope
your
he's not saying stop
foolishness.
it.
Because now he's like, they're looking at him like, don't tell us you can't do anything. You can do all of this. You see, Jelani, that's your brother. Stop talking foolishness. That's what I mean.
I have his best interest at heart, and I hope he goes to succeed. I know he can
And he's
succeed.
doing well.
Yes, he's doing
Good.
very well. I
Very
want to
good.
do even weller.
Very, very good. What do your parents do? Like, what do they do for work
They
other
are
than they're the
drop me off.
manager
Personal driver.
of Jelani and his brother Jaden?
They are both teachers
Oh.
at the same school.
Okay, that you attend?
Yes.
Oh wow!
Oh,
You
you
know,
got a lot of pressure, bro.
I'm
Yes.
telling you, he can't even like walk around. Like, why are you going there? Come here. I know. No. You go here. Library is this way.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that's so interesting that he's from John Gray High School, which I love that. I love to hear the stories of public school because I think in people's minds and sometimes public school or government school gets a bad rap and it's not. It is not the school. The schools are awesome. You can send your child to a private school and they can do terribly if you're not doing what you're supposed to do too. So it's a partnership,
I'm glad you mentioned it because I was going to mention it. I first saw him
Absolutely.
at Georgetown Primary.
A lot of school
Yes.
pride.
So I first saw him in the primary school system,
That's
in
right.
John Gray, and it's a numbers game. Like, if I have 1,000 kids in my school, you may have some that don't do well.
Right.
You may have some bad apples.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a good example of look. This is also a part of our public
It's-
school as well as a
absolutely.
partnership with the parenting and that's
And
It's
this
the
is-
home. It's home. Home is everything.
Yeah.
School
This
can
is
only do as well as home is also
most
doing
definitely.
to help complement each other.
But I really love putting myself out there because I have a lots of school pride. Like you mentioned, a lot of public schools get a bad name, and my number one goal is to make sure that I at least contribute to bringing it up. I try to lift up my school, my community as best I can every time. I do anything.
Absolutely, and I felt the same way because I'm a social worker, so I had experience being a social worker with clients and their children in the private, I mean in the public school, and then my own children ended up going in the public school as well, and the difference in experience was just mind-boggling, but it was because of the involvement of parents. And so I would always talk to my clients, get in there, get to those reporting sessions, know your children's teachers, talk to them, get some fire under them. They want to communicate with you, but if they can't find you, if you're not available to them, then your child may very well become a number by default, not because teachers don't want them to succeed, but because they have a lot to deal with. So, as far as I was concerned, they were tired of seeing me. They were going to be tired of seeing his face, right? And that's exactly how it works. And so I really like those stories from people like yourself who can say, yeah, I have 8 passes. I'm going to sit 6 more. And I'm proud of them, honoree. I won the poetry slam. And I do watch anime. Right? And I'm from John Gray High School. I am so proud of you. That is just amazing. And so you graduate next year.
Yes.
You're gonna actually walk next year. We gotta put this down on the calendar because we gotta get a coalition out there just cheering you on. Because I feel like I know you, man. You've been up here a couple of times.
Yes, ma'am.
Proud of them for sure. Victor, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. You guys are doing great things. I mean, I'm so happy about this youth services unit. We go kind of way back. When I guess the community development was connected to youth services somehow over at Tower Building. That's how far back I go with JAMO. and for you guys to be really doing the things that you're doing. And we're talking about, I think it's like 2004, 2003. It was way back, right? And to know that you all are really kind of standing on your own and really out there making a difference. Small team, but a big bang. And that is just awesome. So, congratulations to all of the Proud of Them honorees. Um, that's what we're here to do. We're here to big you up. We're here to lift you up. We're here to see you be a sermon and help you kind of spread that word, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Victor.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate that. And Jelani, congratulations
you.
again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Listeners, I hope that you enjoyed this show. You're hearing it. You hear all the great things that our young Caymanians are doing, and our young people that are working hard with our young Caymanians, and we can be proud of them. Check it out, youthservices.ky. Go watch their videos. Go see their stories. Go take some pictures, put it up on Facebook, and when you see them, tell them congratulations. They deserve that. You all have a great evening, and we'll talk again on Monday. Take care of yourselves.
Gotta keep. Good job, man.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Wahoo, because of the red?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's the worst house.
Only the best.
You should have been a dolphin, bro.
Yeah, dolphin.
Let me take a photo.